This was a great movie. It's about a depressed man that has fallen out of love with his wife and basically everything. Until one day he almost gets robbed by a desperate couple. They take a few dollars and a watch. But he thinks that they took his daughter's kitty cat bracelet. So he goes to get it back. And it turns out they don't have it. And they have a literal child, a baby, in a crib in the other room. So he leaves, gets on the bus, and a bunch of rich dudes get on the bus. And they start harassing this girl. And it's kind of implied that they want to rape her. Because they say it's stupid for a girl to be alone on the bus, and they're getting very, very uncomfortably close to her. And he beats the shit out of all of them. He even decides to save one of their lives when he starts choking. He ends up dying anyway. We find out in a later line near the end of the movie, even though we saw him alive in the hospital. But yeah, apparently he died. And the rich dudes who beat up one of them was the little brother of this big mob boss dude. So now he has to deal with him and a bunch of guys. Sends his family away so they're safe. Apparently, his dad was in the business too. Really good at fighting and stuff. They don't fully explain his past, but he's a good fighter. His dad has this FBI badge that expired 20 years ago that he tries to use in one scene. It was still a really good scene. He adapted to that situation very well when they noticed that it wasn't him and that it was expired. Because he still got what he wanted from them, and he didn't even have to fight them. There's a lot of badass action scenes. That's probably the best part of this movie. Christopher Lloyd plays his dad. And he has probably one of my favorite scenes in the movie where he kills these two guys, and one of them's still alive when some guy goes to check on him when he hears gunshots. He puts his hand over his mouth and turns the TV up and plays like an old cowboy thing and turns the volume up. And that was that. Then we finally meet this dude, Harry, that had been calling him throughout the movie on a radio. Because he's in hiding or something like that. And he comes out hiding to help him because he doesn't want him to die. The movie ends with him buying another house, and I guess his wife still wants to be with him because he explained it very well or something after she saw the house full of bodies and blood everywhere, and the son did too. I get he did it in self-defense. But, man, that's a crazy thing to see in him to be like, well, no, I'll tell you later. Like, it's just a normal thing, And they asked for a basement because that's what he hid his family in when he killed all the guys that broke into his house. And that's how the movie ends, asking for another basement, kind of hinting that he might still be in this life.